Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from somewhere in this world, and we're back to continue our playthrough of Attila Total War featuring Medieval Kingdoms 1212 AD mod, and we're continuing our trek through North Africa. We had a few of you out there reminding me that I probably should have moved my priest over to Tunis a little sooner to help with the conversion and maybe go towards gaining some more favor from the Pope and getting a reward from that. There's only, well, it says here, look at that, there's about 8 turns left, so we do have time. For some reason I read that at first and thought there was less of a timer, so much for misreading that at first. When I looked at that, we got 8 turns left. It's worthwhile getting over here to help with the conversion and have both our priests working on that. Kusantina will be just fine until we get back to it. Another thing pointed out is just as a reminder to us that the Alamad Caliphate does have another province down in our rear zone, but I did notice when looking at it, it's under siege right now already, so it has enemies already working to pick it off. So I'm not going to worry about it quite yet, because some others may just take care of that little issue and that little problem for us. If for some reason that does not happen, we can refocus our attentions back here at some point. I don't think it's going to be able to mount any significant offensive or effort against us from Tripoli, so I'm not majorly concerned about it. But yeah, it would clean up some loose ends here in North Africa at some point if its current enemies do not do the job for us. I believe that may be, however, just about it. Algiers, I'm hoping with the changes in the buildings that we're doing right now, that's going to help with our public order a bit when that finishes up for us at last. So I think we're at a point, and let's just see if we got anybody else that has come around to have some options for trade. And not really anybody that we want to yet at this point. So I think we're primed to start another turn. We're going to go ahead and do that, and we'll see you on the other side.
Take this subsidy. Our treasuries were over full.
Yeah, he's feeling threatened from many different sides right now. Ooh, Biskra. Oh, down here. That's a province we haven't even looked at down here. So there is another one down here we got to be aware of. So I may send I think we have a land army up here. We may head them south as opposed to straight over. The army we have out at sea can continue down to this end. So I'm glad this popped up to remind me. We would have missed this province. I would have bypassed it and gone right by it without a second thought till it was too late. So we're going to decline the peace treaty. He is not going to be able to stand up to us. That is my thinking, and we're going to continue to press on.
An unwise, even foolish choice. But we respect your independence of thought.
Yep, we're thinking a little independently from you, that's for sure.
In our people's name, I ask, with all due deference to your dignity, that our legions be allowed to cross your lands.
Augustine, no, we are not interested in any kind of military access, especially if you aren't going to pay me for it. All right, we made it through another turn. Mark, we have a new son, noble birth from Adam and Eleanor. A legitimate birth on top of it. Elizabeth, oh, there we are. String of legitimate births has ended. Elizabeth, father is Paul. This may be awkward. Well, this family's dealt with enough awkwardness. Maybe by now it's a little less awkward. We'll see. And we continue with our population surpluses, which is amazing and wonderful. Looks like the demolitions that we did over here, I believe these are the demolitions over in Algiers. Yep. So hopefully our public order will gain some positive movement. In fact, let's get over here and take a look at this. Still negative 20. Could go bad quicker and sooner than we desire. How is this army looking over here? How is Kusantina, I can't quite say it right anymore. Kusantina looking as far as public order. I may, because I have the money, do a conversion here on the Muktaz estate and turn it into our own kind of estates. Public order is not quite positive. That will definitely help. No, that helps with food. Do we have the ability to convert it? Let's take a look if we have something that will help with public order. It definitely could help. Our sanitation's only at +1 though, so let's see which building might work out best for us. Mineral estates hurts the tax rate down here, but that's not my biggest focus in this province. That +5 public order appeals to me greatly. And I would like the inn also if it didn't come with too much squalor. And the food consumption down here, we do have the food where we could afford the theater troupe. So let's make the decision once and for all here. Religious influence +3 state religion, which might not be a bad idea. This helps state religion. So maybe what we do, since we have the food, although when this gets built, is the food already been figured into that? So I guess we're going mineral estates just to play it safe so we don't run into some food issues, which will also affect our public order. There we go. Decision made in a long roundabout way. And that should help our public order. So hopefully we get it going in the right direction so we can get this army on the move. We don't have to keep the army there forever. We'll keep this army moving along the coast. And we also have this army, and this is the army, the old crusading army. This is the one we want to move down into the desert, down into the sand, and get moving in that direction. So we'll move them right here.
You have further orders?
All right. And then in the meantime, if we get some kind of revolt, which is going to happen very soon, they'll be nearby to help support that, potentially. Except we'll have our own province by then that we'll have to keep in order down here also. So a trait has been gained. We gained an assessor. Helps with tax rate, but lowers public order in all provinces. So that's not something we need to see. John, you need to hurry up and leave this earth so we can get some hopefully better traits with your heir, is what I'm thinking. And we gained a rank from Peter in Tunis. I think he is our priest. Yes, he is. And let's see, inspiring a populace for public order. How about religious conversion? Do we have anything that will help with that? None of those standard traits help with that. Let's find out where religious, there's spread religion act. So we want to work on coming down here. So we're going to do practice to increase our authority, and we're going to come down here to belief to work and help us to spread religion and increase our religious influence. So nice timely promotion for us right there. And just as a heads up, 70%, I think it was 76 last turn, somewhere in that neighborhood. So we're making good conversion. If we're doing 6% per turn, we got about 8. Yeah, we should be in good shape to reach the Pope's demands here in Tunis. We may also, let's take a look up here at our family tree. That's Humphrey. Ralph, I can't remember. No, that's not an infant. I'm trying to get a handle on who had the most recent illegitimate child. We got to come way down over in this way. I think it was Adam. Yes, no, that's the son. That son's already been there. Aha, it's Stephen, perhaps. No. It's our favorite down here, Paul. We need to find him a wife and find out if we can get him a wife. Let's find out his His influence, I don't know, is it high enough? Yes, it is. We're going to seek a wife, trying to keep him on the legitimate side of things here. And then maybe if we get him with bride, we can see about, and let's take a look over here. We have the ability to make one more army, so we could potentially utilize him in that way. Tunis is still good and positive. We still have some good funds up here, but I think I'm going to look at some of the provinces where we were having some food issues still, and Sussex was one of those, and I can't recall. I may have to wait for something to happen here in Sussex. Let's find out. Yeah, we don't have any growth there. We got fields here, which we could, since that is a food issue, we can go straight to wheat. We already got the cattle herd. We maybe could have done it by just converting that, but we're gonna make a wheat field here, just totally once and for all take care of our food situation here in London. Now, we got a squalor issue that is going to become worse because of that move, but our Catholic priority will start upgrading soon also. That should hopefully offset the fields that we just improved. Let's cross our fingers. Let's see, as far as any other food potential problems coming up, if we want to grow here, we definitely got to take care of the food situation here. And we don't have a food building at all, so what we need to work on is growth. And how is our growth looking? Not amazingly fast. So at some point, once we get that growth to move up for us, then we will finally be able to build the food, and then finally be able to upgrade our port. And then there was one other province with questionable food, and that's in Orleans. And let's see, squalor is great, so we can afford to upgrade for our food here, no doubt, no problem. And since I don't need to do much other building down here that I'm aware of, we're just going to go perhaps more income focused with our food building. Let's kind of 50 additional wealth from animal husbandry. Pigs do okay with wealth. Cattle does pretty good with wealth. Sheep are not bad. There's not a huge difference between there. We'll just go with the cattle for starters. And that spends the money this particular turn. All right, we have a few individual souls to get moving. We're going to bring you over to Fez. Take a peek for us, see what's going on over here. We got to worry about this guy who could try some assassination on us yet again. Wow, the electorate of Trier, what are you doing way down here? That's what I'd like to know. We're going to come down here, take a look at Fez. No armies there. We got Edmund doing his stroll around the sea here. I think he's probably uncovered all the provinces we're going to find over here, but we'll just keep them moving. And we got one spy there, and one spy still coming back down up here.
Is there nothing else?
No, not at this time. Okay. Let's take a look. Do we have any promotions family-wise that we have open? Constable helps integrity of all forces, which is not a bad position. We have a chancellor here. Who do we have that could be used in that position? Humphrey, you could gain potential promotion to marshal, but you're a provost. That's the ideal position for you. Yeah, so it doesn't appear I got anybody ready right now, unless we promote the husband. Unless we promote Anne's husband, he seems to have the ability to be promoted up here. Pretty crazy. And who do we have as our chancellor right now? That is Adam. And Adam would have the ability, and that would help morale and integrity of our army, upkeep costs. Whereas here, it's public order in all our provinces, but I don't want to give that up. I don't know if I try promoting him up to constable, will I have somebody who can take over the chancellor position. Required rank 5, influence 65. Actually, it's the same as this, so I don't know. Since I kind of have a lack of characters to be able to put up to constable, I'm afraid if I move you up to constable, we're going to be left with a hole there, and I don't want to give up any more public order, especially with our move through North Africa at the moment. Our army integrities are hanging in there okay, so we'll just keep checking this periodically. And that is our turn. Let's get moving on and see you on the other side of this upcoming turn.
We respect strength and wisdom, and I'm sure that you will show both by allowing our legions to march across your land.
No, we will not give you such respect, Tommaso. Alright, looks like we've had Adam pass. Our king lives on, but Adam has bit the dust at age 70. So we have an opening. In fact, we if let's see if we've got anybody else. Let's go just take a look if it allows us. Rebellion imminent. Oh, this is down here. Yikes! We knew that might happen, and it's still -20. So we may have a little rebellion here that we're going to have to quell soon. But so be it. And a worthy bride. I don't know if that... yeah, chance of having illegitimate children. I think we're going to have to... He's already doing that without your help. So we're going to turn her down. And we're going to have to try again. So there's a couple things. We got to look at Rouen, where we are. And actually, public order is still positive. So we're not in a rush to place a governor there either. What that does do... It opens up some governorships potentials in North Africa. If we got someone who can make a difference with public order, conversions, whatever, we may start assigning some governors down here to help us control things during our march across North Africa. But for now, let's just double check. We are going to have, yeah, we got 2 governorships available, so we'll just confirm that. That's fine. Yeah, that's what I was going to do. We're going to get in here and see if we can have enough influence over here. And we're going to spend some more influence to find you a wife yet again. You don't have a lot of influence, but at a cost of just 5 per turn. We got 3 more tries, guy, before you strike out, Paul. All right, let's get back here to our armies moving forward for us. And it looks like there wasn't... I don't know if there was an attempt on us. Well, I guess we'll find out when we get through the... we better take a look at the rest pop-ups after the turn here. We're real close to make our move on Fez here now. Let's just continue looking at the rest of the pop-ups. Population surplus, but nothing in Sussex yet. Or the other area we're looking to expand our port. So nothing there. Jerusalem, Cyprus, Kingdom of Georgia. So we have a new war there. With the death, we lost a target. And we lost an executioner, which helped. But fortunately, down in Rouen, public order is in good shape. We've completed a Catholic priori in Sussex. Donated fief. Oh. Cusantina. Let's go find out. Public order is getting close. It's getting close, my friends. And I think when we get the manorial estate completed, that's going to help even more. If we upgrade this, will it help some more with public order? Yes, it will. We have +2 there to +4. We have the funds to afford it. I'm going to invest right now. And Algiers has built the water mill, and we're still looking at some negative influences over here. And some of the big influences I got to do, and I should probably maybe take back the building over here, see if we can afford to do some conversions down there. So let's take that one back, because we're fine without it. And let's focus on Algiers and see if we can convert something down here potentially. Food's okay. This would be my biggest one to convert to start with. Castle, large city, ecclesiastical domain. And I'm guessing this hurts on... But doesn't this help with some... Yes, religious influence there, plus fork. So we're going to go once again all along the North African coast. I guess we're going with the ecclesiastical domain as far as that conversion. So that's where this time we'll spend our money. We probably are too late to respond and change the fact that we're going to have a revolt here, but we're getting things in order for after that point. And I think what we're going to do is come down here and invest in Biskra with this army, make that happen. I think the forces we have here should be sufficient enough to deal with any uprising. That's my hope, that's my plan.
Laying siege to the settlement!
Alright, we'll do our typical ladder building and battering ram. In fact, we can afford quite the excess of ladders here. More than we'll ever need. They do outnumber us as far as defense. So this actually looks like it could be a tough little battle for us. Power bar, power meter shows in their favor. They have archers, although a lot of their units are still early. So it means we should match up to them okay. It's just the fact that their numbers outnumber us. So once we get these items built, hopefully that's going to edge the power bar a little bit in our favor when it comes time to attack. So let's maintain this siege. And there we go. We've gained a learned tutor, adding to our research rate faction-wide if we equip him. And development. We finished another development, Crusader Kings. So jousting lists, military order forts are available, and we're now going to be working on city gatehouses as we work to improve our military technologies here so we can get up to a new tier of soldier. All right, Edward. Actually, somebody's already invested. The Trier is invested before us. They beat us to the punch. So we'll be able to come to land next turn. We'll see if they continue their investment or if this is just going to be a raid on their part. I don't know. If he stays there, we may just continue moving on around the coast here to Marrakesh and take that on as our first target before Fez. Who knows?
My sword is yours.
Edmund, we're going to keep you moving forward. Looks like we have somebody up this way.
As swift as the angels. Can I aid you further?
How may I
Arthur,
serve?
we're going to keep you looking here. Looks like we have Kingdom of Castile. Kingdom of Castile. Yeah, so look at this. The Iberian Peninsula no longer has the Almohad Caliphate anywhere here. They've been kicked out. The only presence you see here now are their various agents. I think with that in mind, we're going to bring our spy down this way.
That I were swift.
See if we can't beat the army to Marrakesh and take a peek at what we're dealing with down there.
How can I
And
assist
William,
you?
with that in mind, we're going to bring you down this way too. Because eventually when we move against these guys holding the Iberian Peninsula, we're going to need your eyes down here also. And the provinces bar is looking very green and very positive, except for right where we know where we're having the problems. There. And we almost got this one in order. It's a slight decrease, but we've gotten it pretty well handled once those mineral estates are built, I do believe. All right, I think we're ready for our next turn here. Taking a look around, we're gonna have, yeah, we got our guy ready to request a new wife or seek a new wife. So we're all in good shape here for the moment, I do believe. So we're gonna take this next turn. See you on the other side.
I respectfully request that we cooperate fully in opposing our many enemies and rivals.
Well, the last thing I need to do, Hendrik, is pay for the pleasure of a military alliance. We're strong enough without you. Thank you so much.
As long as our strength remains, we would be honored to count you as friends and more.
Defensive alliance, not interested in getting into those kinds of alliances. I think non-aggression pacts are just fine and plenty for now. All right, the Reconquista is complete. The Iberian Peninsula is Catholic. That's what that's telling us. Catholic Christian domination on the Spanish Peninsula. Many non-Christians within the realm are now under pressure to convert or to leave the peninsula, adversely affecting the realm's stability. And looks like we do have a rebel army. During the mid-turn, I did see a force move up here, so we'll see if we... In fact, it's begun its investment of our settlement. We are surrounded, so we'll see if we need to sally out and meet this force, or if we wait for them to try to attack. We'll see what is the best, what appears to be the best course of action for us. And we have another death in London, Philippa. Now Philippa, we'll take a look there when we have a chance. And let's see, another noble birth, and this is legitimate. Adam and Emma have given birth to Juliana. Another legitimate birth, William and Cecilia have a new daughter, Cecilia. More legitimacy, Stephen and Sibylla have a son, Adam. Wow, this is, oh no, now we're back to illegitimate birth, this time with Robert. So it's, at least it's not that our same guy. And let's see, rejection. There will be no marriage or love either. This man has failed to find a bride. Well, I hope that one bride he found isn't the only one out there. Yikes. So let's go back again. This is going to be the third time for us. Is third time going to be a charm? Or are we just snake bit here with Paul in so many different ways? There you go, Paul. Let's see, what else do we got? So we have an investment against us. We're going to go take a look at. We got our typical abundance of population surpluses, not anywhere where we need them quite yet. And we finished our wheat fields in Sussex and the cattle herd in Orleans. In fact, before we move down for looking for a battle ahead of us, yeah, the food situation is looking even better as we keep moving forward. So let's get down to North Africa. Let's take a look at our revolt first and see what this looks like. Well, there's just nothing there. That's the weakest revolt I can think of. So we will come on out. He will retreat, and we will still come on out.
Kill the cowards!
And this, my friends, is an auto-resolve, if I ever have seen one. We will be very aggressive. And the rebellion is quelled just like that. And we're going to, being a rebellion, we're going to kill the captives and hopefully get rid of the dissent.
Make haste, men.
And let's find out. We do have the movement to get back, fortunately. And now our negative trend is down to -11, where it used to be -20. Do we have some more buildings yet? Yeah, we got some turns away before the conversions happen. I'm going to go ahead and repair the jetty. We have a construction site here, and I think what I want to do is get a chapel built. We also have a water mill. I'm going to repair the water mill. And down here we can do something that maybe helps with public order, because right now squalor is okay-ish. But that's not much in the way, and we want to be able to upgrade fields here soon enough. So maybe we go with leprosarium, because I'm going to focus more with the church on public order and conversion. So let's go with our leprosarium to start down here. If that's, yes, there it is. And we're going to see if we can't convert the fields. And we don't quite have enough funds, apparently. Well, I guess we got to repair them first. Here's where we have a nice little investment. In fact, let's take a look at Fez. It's still being attacked and surrounded and under siege, so we're going to send our army around the coast. We're going to send, while I'm thinking about it, our spy down to Marrakesh, or at least as close as he can get. And we got an army there to contest with. Or contend with. So he's been building up some forces down here since we've last been down here, but hopefully it's something we can deal with and take care of. In the meantime, we got something to take care of our own right here. Let's take a look at what this power bar now is all of a sudden in our favor, as I felt it should be, but that's because now we have access and a way to get over and get past those walls. So let's get in here, and I think we are going to take on this battle. So we'll see you down on the battlefield. All right, weather is showing some fog. We're going to wait out the fog. And we have those nice dry conditions which we desire. So there we go. Let's start our deployment. And where has our investment done some damage, or has it anywhere? Looks like we have towers everywhere that seem to be okay. So this investment did not, oh, maybe, no. We didn't apparently do any damage, as we often do other times, to towers. So we got to figure out where we want to attack on this one, so we don't have an obvious weakness in their defenses here. And we have the city center over here. I don't see, we have a potential barricade right there that could be built. So if we decided to come in over on this side, I'm not seeing any potential barricade. There's a potential barricade over here, which doesn't concern me so much. So I think we're going to end up coming against this gate and this corner. We have more towers than we're used to having to deal with, but we'll make it work. So I'll be back with you, and we will set up. We got if we come in on this corner, we have a clear path heading around in this direction to get towards the city center. It's just a little too narrow in my mind trying to come up here in this little short, little small wall section. So we've picked our corner. We have our plan of attack. Let's just get the army set up to do it. We'll be right back. All right, so we're set up and ready to go. They do have some positions where catapults could be set to come against us. If so, we have our 2 units of archers here. We're going to give them spread formation. We're going to start out with standard shot. If we do find catapults here, they'll quickly switch over to flaming shot and work on that catapult first. We have 2 battering rams, both manned by crossbow units. Our best units are on the ladders here. And we're just gonna mass up around this corner and try to take it down with cavalry. The gates are really important on this one because more strength than on normal armies are tied up in our cavalry, so we got to get through the gates. Let's see how they start, and let's get this thing going. And I do not see catapults. We're going to come up nice and close with our archers. We're going to get the first battering rams moved up and the second one following shortly behind. And now let's get the ladders going. All out attack on the walls.
The enemy has been spotted.
Yeah, the enemy has been spotted right where we expected them, on the walls. So let's stop our crossbowmen here. Let's work on their own guys on the wall. See if we can't weaken some of their archer responses to us. Yeah, and they're coming hot and heavy at us. But we are doing some damage back to them. On the walls, they don't apparently have the ability to spread out as much, so we're going to focus on the ones on the walls first as opposed to those down behind the walls. And we're used to having a much larger contingent of longbowmen. We're going to have to rely on getting some crossbowmen up the ladders and over and through the gate so we can bring them to bear. If it looks like this first battering ram will do the job, we'll drop the second one. And while crossbowmen aren't good at arching up over walls, maybe we can get some shots, straight direct shots more at units right up on the wall. We'll see. Even in spread formation, a lot of our longbowmen are dead and on the ground, and this is where they've been focusing their fire, really hurting our response. And our first ladders are almost to the walls. Unable with this attack to be able to spread them out in any meaningful way. They did have a catapult, just not over by us. Thank goodness for small favors. We're going to try dropping the battering ram. We're going to get our crossbowmen set up. Spread them out also and give them a target on the walls to see if they can't help us out here right at the moment. They're not as effective. They don't have the arc on their shot, so they're not always as effective in this kind of use, but we're going to use what we got. Fortunately, we're uncontested on this side of the attack, so that's good news. So these units we're going to start bringing up, and the matchups are good over here against a lot. We're going to have our first tough matchup here with other spearmen, but we're against slingers and archers up here with some pretty good troops as far as the matchup there goes. get up over this way too to support over here with those spearmen. See if we can get over here on the walls and start firing down and get these swordsmen down below to start working on their units that are lower, and also at the same time take this tower as we get down there. And they are fading fast on the walls over here. Let's see, they're down below, they're down below. Our swords or spear have come down below, and we've got a lot. Do we have anyone else up here we can go against with our spearmen? Can we fire from on high? And one tower is down, so let's bring our swordsmen over here. Do our crossbowmen have good ranges of fire from the wall? It looks like we may. We need to get some more units off the wall now that there's no units on the wall. Let's see if we can get them down. Slightly different wall setup than we're used to. We're used to getting up to the walls and having the wall slope down behind. These are true and real walls that we're facing here. In fact, I want to take a look at the gate. Have we gotten through the gate? Is that what they're telling me? No, it's not. The gate damage is 90%. It's almost through. So we almost have our best forces coming in now and available. We're going to bring our crossbowmen down now to see if we can't help out the attack down at ground level. Got cavalry of their own down here, and the walls are damaged, it says. We should be able to start getting cavalry through if that is actually the case. Yes. And also set up our crossbowmen to start attacking. And we've lost spears. They've been battling us tough here. Our spear units. We have crossbowmen able to help out on the attack now from a good angle. Cavalry is in. Let's bring a couple more units through the gate. The tide is turning at the gate all of a sudden. So we do have a barricade that I did not see, but we got a path right down the center with our cavalry. Let's use our crossbowmen here, see if we can't fire up there to help us out. And keep our cavalry moving up towards the city center. Looks like their general's unit back here is spear infantry. So we're going to have to deal with that. In fact, with that in mind, let's get some crossbow support down here for our own cavalry.
The enemy tower is no more than wreckage now.
We're going to take this waypoint on our way over here. And the wall... there we go. The wall forces collapsed, and this general had no heart at all. The battle has ended. Biskra is ours. We did lose approximately a third of our forces, although we do have enemy captured, which hopefully we can put to use. We're going to occupy.
Commander,
And there we go.
ready for battle.
And we have a lot of fixing up. I think the first thing we learned we got to do before we can think about converting is repairing. We have the funds. Let's just get these buildings repaired first, and then we can worry about converting any buildings necessary. Getting close to positive public order here. Yeah, religious conversion, we're down to 60% Islam in our conversion to Catholicism here. So we may just make it as far as the Pope is concerned. And then down here to take a peek, Tripoli is hanging in there, and they are no longer invested. So more than likely what happened down here is... it was more of a raiding kind of an attack, so we will at some point maybe have to come back to Tripoli. The only bad thing about this army is this is our crusading army. I do see some recruiting coming back on some of these units, so but not on all of them. So that's interesting. So there is hope that the army, well, I was going to say we're going to be losing a third of our men in this battle, but we are able to replenish on some of these units that were hired just for the Crusades. So that's interesting. Interesting to see. So what we're going to do is, I think that's a full enough episode with that battle to top it off and finish it off. We're going to call this episode here and then proceed next time. So do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what you're thinking about this, and we'll see you next time. This is ZigZagZog signing off from somewhere in this world. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.